title, where did you get it, sad hag? Where did you get your soul? This is something I haven't read in many, many years, written about my cousin and good friend who died, Sarah Hardy, in Columbia. It's raining here. The rhythm of slow dripping, grey, waterlogged. It presses in, isolates, waits the thoughts about your dying in Columbia at Sparkle's house. You, sad hag, I think you forgave Lees for your name. You, who are rich with friends possessed. You, Sarah, who touch the anywheres to his, who bring moments to themselves. The putsch was in you, sad hag, from God knows where. Adele Nolan, when you locked her in the closet at AC Moore, she spread the word on the matter. You had passions. You were dangerous. You were unpredictable. You, therefore, were living, which shock flamed out in round black eyes and in your squirts of style. Your dark hair, saucy already at age 2, shaved at the back of your head and lolling on your cheeks, sheer 30s style, while we sheep peeped out under our square-cut Chinese bowl design. Let sad hag, Tom Sawyer painting the fence like, let Sarah stay in the hated schoolroom at recess time, and all of us sheep pronounce, of course, that that's what we wanted all along, to give up our recess. Your style jokes trembled the earth for 50s us. The ponytails scraped jealous nerves, but when you transmogrified to pixie sprite, then all mouths gawked at beauty's self, and we took in, we'd got to tiptoe in your Gigi Lily presence. You'd known, of course, from always. A song of love is a sad song. Hi lily, hi love. A song of love is a song of woe. But step to the tune, or there's no song. Don't ask me how I know. And did I say your name in my husband's mouth was one repeated phrase. Sarah now, Sarah was the beauty of you all. It's about what you know, this epistle. It's about you had the thing inside nobody'd taught, the thing that flared out, connected with a person, a play, a painting, a sculpture. Spend your travel monies and food will come from somewhere. You knew that, while the Mexican statue was one place, one time only, waiting for Sarah who had eyes to see and mysterious trust for what she saw. Some take that trust and fly so high their wings begin to melt. You swung in your garage that day, off limits, forbidden of course. You swung so high you broke your nose and came down with a soul. Where did you get it? Where do we look so we can learn? To 4th grade mothers passing the warning, Sarah's a woman, not a child. What do we do with a Sarah? What? How explain a Sarah? Look to Canoga Midget Camp when you, once, were jealous of me. A song of love is a sad song. Davy was my counselor, not yours. I had to plant your notes to her, and you hadn't yet found time to memorize the dictionary, hadn't yet learned to call her dear intoxicated. Or do we explain it by the Haywood's Boykins Canties all? A money on a terrace way, that's Sarah's grandmother money, or a beauty of a mother who made cookies for after school? A Johns Hopkins, Mrs. Kramer, Sky Valley, mucking out the chicken coops in cold, sweet mountain air. A theater wing in New York City, a Rome, an Annette Lees and Jay, a Chris Gator Bimmy, a John at the Carolina Cup, of course, a Haywood cousin, but this time artist to boot. Was it century-old blood spots ground in the floor at Old House Edisto? While, dark, wind-blown back of the station wagon, we waited till the sun shone by and by. That's from a song. Do we explain you by twin brothers, oh much, much younger though they were, or by joggling boards and a screen porch and prayers around the 4-generation breakfast tables? You were silly, like us. Don't ask me how I know. Underline. But your gift won you prizes. You could paint black boys who dreamed on backyard fences. Was it then the odd fact that you knew you had a soul? Was it pure, unsullied gift? Break. December 1961. A blizzard. Me, hung about with husbands and babies, setting out for Africa, stranded in New York and gleeful at the prospect. I'd be with the New York Charm Society, you and Anne, that meant. I'd abandon husbands and babies and set out for a bar. You'd sent your post to Italy that day. We could giggle ourselves back home. How was it then? How was it you thought of a hungry man with babies in a hotel room? What instinct made you buy that forlorn spouse a cheeseburger? Journey to that room and find the plane was off to Kampala by way of Benghazi in 15 minutes flat, and he'd no idea where I was. It was your connectedness, I'd guess. It got us to Africa, that soul of yours. Break. A quarter century we waited to reconvene the New York Charm Society, minus an Anne, plus 2 daughters. They'd made no connection with the South Carolina until they met you, a genius, a woman they wanted to be like, who acted, wrote, sang, laughed, and came from Carolina. The South had kept a secret all along. They sing now because you set them off. Try to remember that day in December. You scratching out that tune, follow, 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 follow. We followed in the nature of things. Us leaning over you, over the piano, you making the house and us happy. Don't ask me how I know. In brackets. The rest of this was written on the day Sarah died, June 17, 1994. All but the first section, in brackets, was read at the memorial service at Trinity Cathedral, June 9, 1994, in brackets. Beginning, other brackets. I didn't finish this letter, sad hag. You died. I hadn't found what I was feeling for. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. It's no party. Brackets. And just I didn't finish this letter, sad hag. You died. I hadn't found what I was feeling for. Hadn't read you what I meant. You died in the middle of things. I sat with Red a moment, heard you mumbling your dreams. You kept on with your dreams, but you died in the middle of things. End bracket. I meant, Sarah, on paper to you to figure out your dying, sit listening to rain and make sense or make poetry, blend you with the weather and with seasons, grasp your tolling the bell for each of us, Feel the shaky island we stand on, crumbling off into mud, while our straw monuments, like yours, don't even sustain some casual shout that breaks the silent air or the unimaginable touch of time. End quote. I meant to understand all that with you, but you died. It's not the same now, but I go on trying. I do understand, Sarah. I understand you sliced through time somehow because you brought the moments to themselves. Because, artist that you were at home with joy. That's what made you odd and wonderful. Last week, battling for breath, still your eyes flashed happiness. A friend had sent you a Matisse, and you possessed that soul which meant art, beauty, touched you into joy. You lay there, engaged, gasping to describe a David Hockney painting, Nichols Canyon. You outlined each stripe, each zigzag, each blue, red, green, each road and hill you'd memorized in the valley you loved, in the city of angels that you missed. You knew joy could give no reason for itself, no excuse, no explanation, a gift, a grace, a mystery. You paid the cost in your 57 and precisely 1/2 years, but you weren't capable of muddying to gray. You touched anywheres to his. You brought moments to themselves. Try to dismiss that we might, when we can't see its use, when it doesn't fit the questionnaires in the carpeted fluorescent offices, when it has no place on the triplicated forms we hound you with. You knew what mattered. Joy exists in spite of, always in spite of, and like you, sad hag, keeps us off balance and keeps us alive. Auden wrote it of Yeats and of you, Sarah, knowing that joy, the joy that art, that you are all about. Earth, receive an honored guest, Sarah Hardy's laid to rest. Let the cherished vessels lie emptied of her mystery. Fellow artists, follow right to the bottom of the night. With your unconstraining voice still persuade us to rejoice. Sing of human unsuccess in a rapture of distress. In the prison of our days, teach the free ones how to praise. And this is, it ended Rosa Shan, second cousin, third cousin, and friend to Sarah Haywood Hardy, Spartanburg, South Carolina, December 20th, 1994.